What's up, YouTube? Welcome to PanFro Games, and we actually have a couple new leaks from the Game Freak leak for Pokemon Legends ZA, some information about the potential Switch 2 ports, and more. And of course, guys, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. Consider supporting the channel by joining the Pan Fam by hitting that join channel member button below. So diving right into it, the Game Freak leaker came back out of nowhere and left this message. Here is the SV build. So they dropped a Pokemon Scarlet and Violet build that was not released to the public from the Game Freak leak that you can actually go ahead and download, and people are data mining that as we speak. There isn't too much interesting in that, but it is, another piece of information that we can go through. While we're still here, we are also posting another message. Ku is still a huge jerk and one of the biggest liars you've ever seen when it comes to Pokemon leaks. So yes, more Pokemon leaker drama. I don't know why this community is so full of drama. We only care about the news. I don't care about these particular people in general. So the first thing that actually leaked was we now know Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's production date, when it actually was created, and then when it was actually going into production. So it started on Friday, May 29th of 2020. That is when Pokemon Scarlet and Violet became a real thing. And then development started about 3 weeks later on Thursday, June 18th, 2020. So these games were made in about 2 years. So keep that in mind. This is like peak COVID. This is, a very short development time. Most video games take like 3+ years for a release. And Pokemon Scarlet and Violet did not have a lot of dev time. And of course, COVID made everything a lot harder. So that is the reason why Pokemon Scarlet and Violet is in the shape it is. Didn't have a lot of dev time. It was made in a poor environment. And let's hope that Pokemon Legends ZA can rectify the issues that a lot of people have with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, especially with the performance and things like that. Now, the Game Freak leaker also posted on their Discord. They should, but we do not remember seeing any proof of that. We could have missed it. But unlike we said earlier, we found proof that while there was not a single build for it, Ikaku, if you don't know what Ikaku is the code name for Pokemon Legends ZA, might get a Switch 2 version. Take with a big grain of salt. While sorting the Gen 10 stuff outside of the usual Ikaku folders, we could find something named exactly like the Gaia ounce related repositories. If you don't know, Pokemon Gaia is the code name for Generation 10. But for Ikaku, named Super for both. So Super Ikaku and Super Gaia. So it seems like they may have stumbled upon a Pokemon Legends ZA Switch 2 version. Now we know the game is releasing on the Nintendo Switch. It is a Nintendo Switch game. But the Switch 2 is supposedly releasing later this year. Wouldn't be surprised if a lot of older Switch games got performance updates onto the Switch 2. And Pokemon Legends ZA would be pretty sweet if we got a performance update, so they may actually be working on an official Switch 2 version of Pokemon Legends ZA from what they can see in the code. Now, sort of interesting that Gen 10 might be slated for the Nintendo Switch 1 and maybe not the Switch 2. It could be a cross-platform game that can run on both. Now, of course, if it is going to be on both, there would have to be a Switch 2 version. And considering Generation 10, the earliest would be a 2026 game, I fully expect there to be a Switch 2 version. But I am surprised that they're probably going to be doing the Switch 1 version of it too. That's going to be really interesting. So you don't necessarily need to buy Switch 2 this year to play Generation 10. At the moment, a lot of things can change, of course. Now, this is probably the most interesting part here. So going through the code for Ikaku, which is Pokemon Legends ZA, right? Looking at this green line right here, line 63. So Harimaron is the Japanese name for chess pin. And this next word here is Borukion or Kenyon. Borukion is Volcanion. So we know that the national dex for Pokemon Legends ZA will begin with Chespin and end with Volcanion. Now, we don't necessarily know if, that doesn't mean it's just Gen 6, right? They can have other Pokemon included in there because this isn't a regional dex. This is going to be more of a national dex here. And, example is right above it. So Nico 01 is Sprigatito, and then we got Goku Taro, which is Pecharunt. So we know that it wasn't just all Gen 9 Pokemon there for their National Dex and Generation 9. So keep that in mind. But this does confirm that we are getting Chespin and we are getting Volcanion, which I think Volcanion is very interesting because maybe we'll have a Volcanion event in the game or a side quest or something, and maybe we can actually shiny hunt for Volcanion within the game, and that would be really sweet. So confirmation, we are getting Chespin. Confirmation, we are getting Volcanion for sure. Now, one last big piece of news here. Are you sure that GFO just didn't decide to put the same Pokedex code as XY but rename it for Ikaku for some reason? We will say just one thing. We said we are not leaking any information regarding the upcoming games. Do you think we have released Mega Turtle if there were really that much information here? Also, PL Game Series, Pokemon Legends Game Series, started with a random set of old starter. Why would they do something else in the upcoming game and decide to strangely just reuse a past game starter set? We are not safe from making mistakes, that's true, but here, it shouldn't have a lot, it shouldn't really a lot info more than the actual bits of placeholders that aren't really true anyway. So pretty much this is the line here, this middle one, essentially saying, hey, Legends games are going to have different starters. It wouldn't make sense to have the same starters as a game that's already released. Pretty much confirming that Pokemon Legends ZA will be like Pokemon Legends Arceus and will have 3 different starters that we have not seen this combination of 3 starters before. So we know it's not going to be Chespin, Froakie, and Finnegan. That's essentially what this is confirming. So we still are going to have those generational starters, which are going to be pretty cool. Hopefully we get like a nice mix of them. Personally, I would really love to see like a Piplup in here. That'd be a pretty cool preference of mine as well. Also, one last thing that they confirmed, Pokemon Legends ZA is confirmed not to have a Wonder Trade. Ikaku has no magical exchange. So no Wonder Trade in the game. This is actually exactly like Pokemon Legends Arceus. Has no Wonder Trade. So keep that in mind that, I mean, they could obviously change the code, but it seems to be a Legends game through and through with the exact same system and mechanics that we are seeing. So hopefully they improve upon some of these things, but it seems like some things are just not coming to the Legends series, and one of those things is being Wonder Trade. But there we have it, guys. That is all I got for today's leak update. Hopefully you found this video interesting, and if you did, please leave a like, subscribe if you're new. I really appreciate it. And let me know in the comment section below what starters you want to see for Pokemon Legends ZA. A water one, a grass one, and a fire one. Thank you very much, and have a good one. Peace out.